Welcome back, guys, and today we are here with a match I wasn't entirely sure was going to happen, but we did get around to it. Me and Joly, Steam Showdown, Semifinals, uncharted territory, and I'm gonna go out and say this. This is going to probably be the toughest match I've played so far in these tournaments. Joly's deck is very good. He's playing Mardu vehicles. That is the bogyman of the format. I brung Teamer Tower, and not Teamer Tower, Jesus Christ, been watching too much Standard. Brung Teamer Merge, saying I could beat vehicles, so it's time to nut up a shut up, as they say. And although I do not think, because you got to remember, we prepared these decks like 3 months ago now, it was a long time. And if I sound like I'm shaking, it's not because of nerves, it's because this room must be about minus 40 degrees, but anyway. Yeah, so we prepared these decks like 3 months ago, and so like obviously the meta was a lot different back then. And for example, my deck here wasn't really. Mine was tempted to prey upon like the Kithians, the Inventor's Apprentices, the very low to the ground red-white vehicle deck. And then obviously things have changed a lot since then. And Joly was a bit of ahead of the curve, and he has brung a mid-rangey version. To be honest, I almost think it's kind to call his deck vehicles in a way, because he runs vehicles, sure, and he can still have the beatdown draw, but he also runs stuff like Nahiri, the Chandras, Gideon, Archangel Avacyn, Angel of Innovation. So his deck is up at the top end. So before my plan versus vehicles, his plan versus vehicles was to you just survive the early game, and then you just grind them out late game. But right now it's going to be a battle on two fronts, because I also have to survive the early game, because he is still a vehicle deck, so he can still go turn 2 Heart Akira and turn 3 Depala and hit me for like 10. But so the Sirens again, just on schedule. But so he can still have a really aggressive draw, but at the same time I'm not guaranteed to win the late game. I think I'm favourite in the late game, but if he's put enough pressure on, it doesn't take that many hits from an Avacyn or a Chandra to finish me off. But enough talking. Still best of 3. If I get to the final, it will be over. I mean, it will be a best of 5. And what I was going to say is that I don't want to jinx things. I am touching wood. But if I do win this match, I think I am actually favourite in the final, because Dead Roamer is on the other side of the bracket, and he is on a green-black snake deck. And as you've seen, I've played 5 snake decks this tournament and won 4. So this could be the final boss, disguised as the secondary boss. But enough talking, enough dilly-dallying, let's invite Joly. Joly is a very interesting player. He reminds me of like Gemini Light from the he's not even online yet, what a bastard. Oh, there he is, he's busy. He reminds me of Gemini Light from the obviously Gemini. If you know Gemini, you know what I'm talking about. But gets Gemini, and Joly's just saying 1 sec, turning stuff off. Fair enough. But Gemini tends to get very animated, and he takes the game seriously and stuff. And Joly is similar to that. So I do have an advantage that if Joly gets land screwed, because he does run 26 lands in his Mardu vehicle deck. So yeah, and he still has some games where he's got mana screwed. So I do have a triple advantage. I call it a 3-for-1, where if Joly loses due to mana screw, we'll have, obviously the game will be easier because he's mana screwed. Number 2, he'll be tilted, so he'll make more mistakes. So that's another advantage towards us in future games. And then the third advantage, of course, being that if I do end up winning this match and Joly got mana screwed at one point, I've got some entertaining stuff to read on NGA following up from this. Because Joly does not hold back his punches. I believe his tournament deck was called Scrounger and Copter should be banned. So I think that sums up more than anything else. But oh, just let Joly know. No worries. GL man. That's how I type. I say man a lot, even though I don't really say it too much in real life. More like a here man. Calm down. That's normally how I use the word, and I'm just daydreaming at this point. Not really. I don't know. It's the only thing that gives me hope versus his deck. I'd say my chances are somewhere between 40 and 45% on a good day. But I'd say the only thing that gives me hope is that he does not run unlicensed disintegration, which is a huge benefit towards me. It means my big Eldrazi, because his removal is basically Harness Lightning and Collective Defiance, which means my big Eldrazi will generally be able to get a 2-for-1. I'll be able to kill a creature, and then he'll have to use removal spell on it as well. So if I can start a chain of big Eldrazi going, he's going to have a tough time killing them basically, with like a pulse chain, etc. But I mean, it's tough because then again, stuff like Cultivator's Caravan is a 6/6 when he's crewed it correctly. Or he can even be bigger. If he goes like Veteran Motorist, Caravan into Depala, it's a 7/7 attacking, which is just bigger than everything I've got. And obviously Barrage Expertise will be very useful at that point. So the thing is as well, another notch in the armor is that my sweepers aren't fantastic versus him. They're very situational because he runs cards like Selfless Spirit and Avacyn. So it means Kozilek's Return, which would normally give me hope, flashback, it would be able to wipe his entire field. If he's holding up mana or he's got a Selfless Spirit there, well, things get a bit difficult, don't they? But overall, I'm looking forward to getting these matches done. It's been a hell of a run in this tournament. Teamer emerging out of the group bracket and is now surviving the top 8 bracket. And generally, there's some new rules being tested and implemented by Kryder for the next tournament, which some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. Might as well give my opinion here while we're waiting. So one of the rules he's going to be testing out is no mandatory recording, which I disagree with. Obviously not just because I record, but just because, I mean, like, imagine if me and Joly weren't, like, both of us weren't recording this match, then no one would know about it, no one would care about it. I wouldn't be following the tournament, brutally honest, if no one was uploading the matches, and then it's actually a disadvantage to upload your match because then people get to see how you play. So I think mandatory recording, it's not too hard to record, even on Steam, Twitch, I mean, even if the quality's not great, you can record on Steam. And so that's rule number 1. I don't agree with that one. Rule number 2 is sideboarding. I'm very indifferent on sideboarding. There's a huge debate. Some people love it, some people hate it. The idea of sideboarding in duels tournaments. I am completely... If I was going to join the tournament because of sideboards, I would equally not join the tournament. You know what I mean? 50-50, I don't care which one's which. So I'm fine with that. The only thing that does make me sketchy is he says at certain points of the tournament are sideboarding allowed, which I'd just make it all sideboarding and make it non-sideboarding. Don't try and hedge, is my opinion on that matter. And we're trying to remember the other rules now. I just read this morning, this is why it's on my mind. He said there's going to be some deck building restrictions. Depends what it is. It's vague. It's vague enough that I can't really have an opinion on it, but I'd prefer if you were allowed to use whatever you wanted, to be brutally honest, but it depends, of course. And yeah, so I mean, we'll see what comes of this, but they're the rules for the new tournament. If you don't want to record and you just want to play a tournament, this probably is better for you, but my opinion on recording is recording should never have been your holding back. You don't even need to put voice over it. You just literally download OBS for free and then set up a Twitch account. It's not outrageously difficult. But at this point, Joly has appeared online on the Magic Duels, of course, but he has not joined our game yet. He's probably getting in a couple practice rounds because he's scared. I don't know. I mean, I've enjoyed these tournaments. I do enjoy these. I think Kryder does a fantastic job. I think everyone should give Kryder a hell of a lot of credit for what he does to this community. Obviously, I ran the first one, but then he asked me if he could take over the helm, and I was like, sure, go ahead. And then he just went out and solidly improved everything. But looks like we have found our opponent today, and Joly has made his appearance. So let's see if we get mana screwed or he gets mana screwed. That's always step number 1. Who mulligans down lowest? And well, if we can connect, that would be another good one. If we just couldn't connect to each other. I'm not entirely sure where Joly is from. I want to say Portugal, but that might just be complete bullshit. I guess we connected. I'm on the play. Tactical advantage of inviting someone. 100% success ratio. This hand's a keep. We have a Nissa and we have a Druid. No red mana, but we have the Rogue's Refiner gets us energy, so Aether Hub is basically red mana now. Okay, we both stuck on 7, which is a good start. It's always nice. Always nice. Okay, so to be honest, even if he kills the Druid here, it takes his entire turn 2 with the Harness Lightning. And I mean, I've still got to play next turn, and it only slows down Nissa by 1 turn, so wouldn't be the worst thing in the world here. If he killed me, if he killed me Druid of the Cool. I imagine we're just going to see a what's it called, the Veteran Motorist. Oh, he doesn't have red mana, or he's not playing it. Could be a Selfless Spirit. I wonder if I just go beat down here. I mean, whenever I see big Nissa in my hand and my opponent's not off to the fastest... Okay, never mind. I respectfully decline my opponent not being off to the fastest start. But, who would have thought in the match between Team Emerge and... 2, 3, 4, yeah. Who would have thought in the match between Team Emerge and Mardu Vehicles that Team Emerge would draw first bullet here? Get in there, Druid of the Cowl. I get double blue just in case. I'm not entirely worried, but so like, we're not in a terrible situation here, as crazy as it sounds. Ulamog is quite a while away, but like, he taps out for Depala, he cruises hard, hits me for 5. We get to smack him for a lot more on the backswing. Obviously, you get to kill. Well, same thing applies here, really. We get to him for 8. He goes down to 11 here, and he has to decide whether to kill Nissa or go for the face. Like, you'll have to attack Nissa with the Heart of Kieran plus a Pia and a La. So, because like, even if he plays like a Veteran Motorist or a Depala, then the Heart of Kieran, is still only a 5/5, and Nissa will be a 6/6. So, Defiend's nice. In fact, I think I might legitimately go for this fast win here. Animate a Forest because I have a double blue spell in hand, and I've already cast one of my double greens. And also have the Druid of the Cowl as well. There's a lot of reasons there. I'm trying to think if I have the win next turn. Not quite, we are 1 point off, I think. Unless we can sacrifice the Druid. Because like on end step, I mean, we've got 10 with the land and the Elder Defiant. Of course he'll just kill Nissa here, but it will take up a lot of his resources, and we can still hit him for a lot of damage. He might be on defensive here. That's crazy. I would laugh so hard if we were the ones out racing the vehicle deck here, but obviously let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. It's the right play. I mean, there's nothing better to do. I could held up Deep Fiend there, but it's not particularly exciting. And there is the big daddy Selfless Spirit, which was one of the problem cards. So yeah, he's going to take down. So then we hit him for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. If we draw land, we can actually do the Deep Fiend on the Druid of the Cowl, which is something I would do. Actually, never mind. I'm forgetting I'm losing my land this turn. I think this turn I'm just going to 16. He can hit me for, if he crews up, he 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he'd need a pretty spectacular turn to be able to crew up everything here and attack. So I think I'm still going to attack with both here. 1 point damage could come into play, and I'm going to be playing a Primal Druid plus Druid of the Cowl, and then I can like emerge Deep Fiend in and go from there. Because he has to watch out his life total here. You know, he has got 7 life, and I have got 5 power on board. He knows I run flash creatures and stuff, haste creatures as well. So my opponent does have to be careful here. Tapped on his board and stuff. So we have 4, 5, 6. We could have 7 mana if our Primal Druid dies this turn. There's the Parla. He gets to. I mean, like I said, it is a tightrope here for our opponent. We can't dictate how he walks on this tightrope, but he's got to be sweating here. Like, for us, it's fairly simple. We just gotta survive and hope he makes a mistake, like either being too timid or too aggressive. But for him, he's going to be sweating bullets right now because, like I said, we can throw a lot of damage out of nowhere at him. It's like if he attacks all out here, then we could go get in for like 2 points of damage or whatever. Then we could emerge, tap down his field, and then just kill him the turn after. So, like I said, he is walking a tightrope. He has 2 foundries. That's something I didn't understand. He told me he didn't like disintegration because it was bad on the mana, and then yet he's running 2 foundries. I don't know. I would be a lot more scared in this matchup if he was running 3 unlicensed disintegrations. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I mean, like I said, this is easy for me. I'm just sitting here chatting shit about unlicensed disintegration. For him right now, he's going to be in the tank thinking about how much to get aggressive with. And fuck him for that. He tapped a parlor and revealed 1, and it happened to be a creature, which he could get from it. So yeah, he's playing it safe now. It's the right decision. I guess he doesn't really eat them. Well, maybe he could have gone with the Thopter, but I'm down to 9 life. He does run 1 burn spell in his entire deck, not including Big Chandra, 1 Collected Defiance. And I don't think he's actually cast red mana this game. Oh, he's got 1 red in there. He doesn't have double red yet. Oh, he's got the Caravan, never mind. Reclamation Sage is a good one. Take out his Heart Kieran. I think it's better than Deep Fiend. Heart Kieran because it can cure on both defense and attack, so I think Heart Kieran has to go here. I mean, what are the choices? Caravan, Copter, or Thopter? Yeah. I mean, or we just Deep Fiend. We could Deep Fiend attack. And we just die in the backswing, so that's not really too enticing. 3, 4, 5. So if we wreck Sage and then survive the next turn without losing any of our creatures, we can tap down his field and kill him. So I think it might be right. It's a risk, but we also keep it Pulse and Marassa, so yeah, we're not going to die this turn. Although we would be giving him a land back. That's the only way we can use it, so we'd have to be careful that way. Yeah, I'm not attacking, and then we're going to go for the Deep Fiend win next turn, assuming we can tap down all his blockers. Yeah, we'd have to give him a land back, which would gain him... No, I'd gain 6 life. Never mind. That's not actually too terrible. It's not a situation that comes up often. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we can tap down his field here, and he taps out of Harness Light and Mana, we have the win on board. He has 4 blockers at the minute, but we have to watch out for the Heart of Kieran's and stuff. So it's about how aggressive he gets here on the attacks. You can make some creatures bigger with the P and the R. So he's 4, 6, 7. We'll see if he goes for lethal. For 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll just pulse, and then we survive and tap him down and beat him. So yeah, this game's ours. What? It won't let me give... It won't let me give him a land back. Ah, never mind, it was only 1 target, so it automatically selected the land. What the fuck? That was terrifying there. Actually, shit, we need to rip a land to win this turn. Okay, never mind, we just did. But yeah, we needed to rip a land so we could sacrifice the Primal Druid without having to tap down a creature. Make sure it does not tap a creature here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Please get a red. then hit him for exactly 7. Oh, sorry, didn't mean hit timer. Went to attack with all there. So that was a game. Jesus Christ, that pulse master had my heart racing. It wouldn't let me like manually select the target because there was only one target in the graveyard, his own land. then it would automatically confirmed it. So I was shitting bricks there. I needed the life gain. He says GG, GG. So we managed to outrace. We managed to outrace a Mardu deck. Just team of things. Yeah, he's going off a little bit here. Saying there's only a two card combos that could have won me the game, but you know what? I run 2 Pulsum Rasters for a reason. I run Elder two Deep Fiends for a reason. It's the same reason I don't get salty when you hit a Toolcraft Exemplar after tapping for 1. You know, swings and roundabouts, eh? And you had the turn 2 Heart of Kieran? Yeah, must be so nice. Being so unlucky, Joly. That's a confirmation bias going on there. But yeah, our draw was pretty good. We had exactly lethal, and that's what I was talking about. I think it was last game, where I was saying it's so important to get any attacks where you do, because we can just take wins out of nowhere like that. But obviously we do have potentially 2 more matches to play here, so we shouldn't get too far ahead of ourselves. That game was still ridiculously close, and looks like we had a disconnection. Disconnection, and then I guess, I mean, I'll give him the opportunity to invite me just in case he does have some superstitious luck. And again, I don't need luck. I have Elder Deep Fiend. Okay, he says you invite, so he's forgoing tradition here. That was a game I think I very much would have lost off the play, like thinking back, of course. But I mean, that was another one of the things Cryo was implementing. He said whether there should be a rule where you have to keep restarting the game until the correct person's on the play, and I am very mixed on that rule. I agree that it sucks when you're on the play twice in a row, or you're like, you know what I mean, you're off on the draw twice in a row or whatever. But it's such a hassle, and then like imagine having to mulligan, like, well, essentially mulligan 6 hands, which we really liked because you weren't meant to be on the play, and then the one game which is actually correct, you have to mulligan to 4. Magic's got so much variance already. I don't think it might not be worth the risk. But look, we're gonna be some connections here, so I might actually, if we can't connect, I might just, because I think my game's froze, I might have to split this video up into 3 different parts, so I think I will stop recording here because I think I'm stuck on this loading screen. I think I'll stop recording here. This will be game 1, and then I'll upload part 2 after this. So again, I didn't want to split this video up, obviously, as you can see, but when I close my Duels client, it stops recording automatically, so I don't really have too much of a choice. So yeah, I will see you in part 2.